Hi, today I'm going to be reviewing Vanilla Tweaks resource packs. It is actually really cool. I've gone through this before. I absolutely love it. It's really easy and simple and has everything you would really ever need. First of all, we have the aesthetic, which is one of my favorite sections because I love all of the stuff in this. So first we've got alternate block destruction, which I personally use, and I love it. Like, look how clean it is. You can see on the right top, it's beautiful. Next is black nether bricks. This is good, but I wouldn't usually use it. It's not my favorite. Cherry picking just makes there more cherries on the cake. Different stems adds variety to the stems on the pumpkins and the melons, because usually they're both the same and it's not the best. Unbundled hay, I personally like. It does look a bit weird, I think, but I kind of like it. It just removes the little orange bundle off the hay. Unbundled dried kelp, same with the hay, but it's unbundled kelp. Solid honey makes the honey solid and not transparent. Solid slime does the same thing but with slime. Desaturated dark oak, as you can see, it just makes it a bit darker, which makes a bit more sense, so I personally use that. Horizontal nuggets, nuggets horizontal. Vertical nuggets, nuggets vertical. Softer wool makes wool a bit softer. I actually love this, it's beautiful. Brown leather makes the leather slightly darker because it makes a lot of sense considering the cow is dark. Red iron golem flowers. Basically, the iron golem has yellow flowers on it, which makes no sense because they drop poppies, which are red, so it just changes it to red. Colorful enchanting table particles makes the enchantment particles colorful. HD banner shields makes the shields more HD. Endless end rods makes them like endless, like you can place a lot in a row and they won't have the little sticks on them on the end. Pink entrants make the stick pink, like in Bedrock Edition. Less purple makes the purple less saturated, I'm pretty sure. It just makes it less purple. Unique dyes is really cool. It basically gives each dye its own unique shape. Animated campfire items makes it so if you've got a campfire in your hand, in your inventory, it will be animated. Ashless Campfire means that if you look at the bottom, there's like blue ash. When it's unlit, it will remove that bit because it makes no sense for it to be there if it's unlit. Glass doors makes little glass pockets, same with the trapdoors. Flint tipped arrows makes sense because you use flint to make it as well. Bed icons makes it before 1.12, the texture. Splash bottle of enchanting makes sense because it is a splash bottle, like why would you throw a glass bottle? Like, what? 2D spyglass makes it look 2D, which is a bit more Minecrafty, so that's quite cool. Accurate spyglass makes it still 3D, but it's the colours of what it would usually be, because you make it out of certain things, which is certain colours, and it turns it into the right colours. Crimson a crimson makes crimson more dark red, because right now it's pink, and that makes no sense because the wood is red. Smoother warped planks basically just makes it a bit more smooth and a bit lighter. Alternative cut copper just basically makes it different. It's just different. Polished stones to bricks makes it so that the polished bricks turn into stone bricks, basically, but their own stuff. So, horizontal world border is probably one of my favorites. I really like it for some reason. It just makes the world border horizontal and look a bit nicer. Plain leather armor just removes, like, the overlay and stuff. Golden crown, I personally use. I actually really like this. It's quite cool how, like obviously a gold helmet's gonna be a crown, like, come on. Classic netherite armor just makes it look like all the other armors, but its own color. Vex elytra, phantom elytra, and dragon elytra just changed the elytra to look like those certain mobs. I personally use dragon elytra because I think it's probably makes the most sense because you find it in the end where the dragon also is, but phantom elytra also makes sense and is cool too. Okay, next section we have terrain. So we have bushy leaves, wavy leaves, you can kind of see what these two do. Bushy leaves makes it bushy, like have more stuff to it. Wavy makes them wave, as you can see in the video. Wavy water makes water wave. Darker oak leaves desaturates them a bit and makes them darker. Lush grass all around makes it so that it has the mushroom biome's colour map in everywhere, so everything's a bit lighter. Alternate bedrock makes bedrock a bit easier to look at and it just looks like stone but a lot darker. Brighter nether makes everything in the nether look a bit lighter. Circular sun and moon makes the sun and moon circular. Circular log tops make the log tops circular. Smoother oak logs make the oak logs smoother, which makes sense because that's literally in the title. And same with that, and same with that. Smoother stones just makes stones a bit smoother. Pebbleless dirt takes away the pebbles. Pebbleless chorus dirt takes away the pebbles. Clearer water, I mean, I don't know why I would need to explain this. It's pretty simple. It's in the title. Uniform ores, I don't really understand this much, but from what I know, it just makes 1.17 ores have the same texture as diamond ores. Fancy sunflowers, I don't use this because I feel like it looks too nice for Minecraft, but it basically retextures it to make it bloom a bit more and look nicer. Taller sunflowers just makes them taller. Shorter grass, I use shorter grass and shorter tall grass. It just makes them a bit smaller. Whiter snow, I don't use this. It's not my favourite. I kind of like the blue bits in snow. But what this will do is it just makes it slightly lighter without the blue bits. Okay, lower and sides. So lower grass, I use these. But you can also do grass sides, which does the whole thing. Like, as you can see, the whole of the grass block is like that. With lower grass, it does the same thing, but it has a little bit of dirt at the bottom. That goes for all of these. You can see they all have their own little thing. I personally like the lower. I don't really like the sides, but you can do whatever you want. Variation. So this basically means it's not always the same every block. So as you can see, variated dirt, it will occasionally have big stones in it. Variated grass, same thing. All of these, same thing. Variated bricks is probably my favourite out of all of them, and variated bookshelves. So you can see everything's a bit variated, it's not all the same. Connected textures, it is so it won't always have a little line in between each block, so it will look like it's one giant block. So you can do connected bookshelves, connected iron blocks, connected lapis, connected polished stones. And if you want the variated bookshelves, but also variated, then voila! Here you are, connected and variated in the connected shulkers pad. Connected textures tab. Peace and quiet. So this just takes away some sounds, it makes some sounds quieter. As you can see, this is quite simple. Utility. Diminishing tools. Now this is like the best. I love this. I love diminishing tools. As you can see, the more that you use a tool, it will slowly look like it's actually breaking. Ore borders, it just adds borders around the ores. Visual infested stone items. Basically, if you're in creative and you have one of them, then it will have like a little line around it to show that it is 100% infested, because sometimes you end up building with it by accident and it's annoying. And same goes with visual waxed copper items. So these two are pretty much the same, but just different items. Fully aged crop marker. This means that when a crop is fully grown, it will have a little exclamation mark above it to make sure you know. Age 25 kelp. Basically what this does is it adds little flowers when they're fully grown. Mine progress bar. It's like a slightly worse version of the original alternate mine progress bar. It's actually quite nice. I would use this if I didn't prefer the other one. Clear banner patterns. Well, as you can see, it just makes them more clear in what they are. Well, I say more clear, usually they're plain. Hunger preview. This is amazing. It tells you how much saturation something's going to give you, so you know what's best to eat in a certain situation. Sticky piston size just adds slime to the sides of sticky pistons, which I don't really like. I prefer it just on the top, but whatever you like, you can add. Directional Hoppers shows what direction the thing's going. Same with all these, directional everything. Clean redstone dust, I'm pretty sure it just makes it a clean solid line, so it's not really detailed. This makes the redstone show the power levels, which is quite cool, so you can see where it's most powerful. Unlit redstone makes it so that it's clearly unlit, it makes it better when it's unlit. Groovy levers shows whether the switch is on or off. Visible tripwires shows tripwires easier. Compass lodestone is quite cool, it shows you what way you're looking. Brewing guide I personally use because I'm terrible with brewing. It basically just tells you all of the different things to do with brewing. Brewing guide plus dark GUI, same thing, but dark GUI, same thing with the transparent GUI. Visual honey stages. This basically just shows how close it is to being a full honey thing. Visual cauldron stages, same thing, but you can see how high the cauldron's gone with the little glass thing up there. Same thing with the composter. Visual sapling growth is really cool. It shows how close your sapling is to being a tree. Visual note block pitch. I don't really understand this, but I think it just shows what pitch it's going to be next. Arabic numerals. This basically just changes the numerals to a normal number. Unobstructive. These stuff basically just help in lots of stuff. You can kind of see how it is. But the main ones that I think is the borderless glass and all of these borderless things and clean things. Basically, the difference between borderless and clean is that clean still has a border, it just doesn't have the lines in the middle, but this just doesn't have a border. This is also another thing I think is quite important, the translucent pumpkin overlay. I think it's really cool because pumpkin overlays should be translucent, I think. I think it's a bit silly how you can't see out of them. No pumpkin overlay just takes away it fully, which I think is a bit of a cheat, so I personally use this. Translucent spyglass overlay, same thing. No spyglass overlay, same thing as well. Cleaner world border, like the horizontal one, but it's the same way, it's just a bit cleaner. Short swords is just really cool, I like this. Now, the 3D section. I use all of these. I love the 3D stuff, but as you can see, it's basically just everything turns into 3D. Nothing really hard to tell. You can kind of see. 3D reeds just makes sugarcane 3D. I don't know why they've changed it to reeds, but it looks really cool. Sugarcane's probably one of my favorite. And dripstone. So as you can see, everything is. Also, you can do 3D sun and moon, which is quite cool. It's not actually 3D, but it kind of creates the illusion that it is. Personally, I prefer the circular ones. These ones. But it's your choice. HUD. So this is basically mostly just crosshairs, so you can choose what you want. I personally use the plus dot crosshair, but they're all amazing. We also have wither hearts, which basically makes hearts easier to see when you've got wither effect. Large attack indicator makes the attack indicator larger. Ping color indicator, very useful. It shows how much ping you have in color as well. Rainbow experience bar makes the experience bar rainbow. GUI, smoother font, no Java edition title, which basically removes the Java edition under the Minecraft. Smoother font obviously just makes the font smoother. Numbered hotbar numbers all your hotkey slots. Dark GUI, dark GUI. Transparent GUI, transparent GUI. Options backgrounds. Basically, you can just choose whatever block you want that's in Minecraft for your background. Menu panoramas. Basically, this just means when you're in the title screen, you can change what you want to see every time. Retro, so you can basically change loads of things to how they used to look. Like, this is the old Minecraft logo, old dirt background, alpha foliage, old cobblestone, you know how it is. Fun. This basically just has loads of fun things. It's really basic but cool. So as you can see, we've got loads of different things. I'm not going to go over each one because they're all just crazy random things. Honey slime I wouldn't count as fun. I think this should be like an actual thing in the game. It's so cool. But anyway, if you don't want the honey slime but want a different colour slime, then you can go in the colourful slime section. I personally have orange, because I like the honey, but I think it should have a bit of a difference between the actual honey block. So I've gone with orange. I also have another pack though which has magenta, which I also love. Parody. Basically, this just adds loads of different things. So you can do bedrock piston arms, which I use. I think they look a bit better. Bedrock boom, bedrock dried kelp, bedrock map, bedrock ender dragon ball, which is probably the worst thing I've ever seen. I really hate how that looks. Dungeons creepers looks cool. Dungeons Steve and Alex is cool. Basically, it just changes all the default skins, which have Steve and Alex, that one. Dungeons dirt, dungeons dirt, dungeon stone, dungeon stone. It's quite simple, it just changes everything. But as you can see, there's some really cool things, and they're cool. The final tab is fixes. This just fixes some things. Not all of them are actually fixes, they're just, they help. So we have, first of all, item stitching fix, which as you can see in the picture, sometimes the item stitching looks a bit weird, and it looks weird, basically. I don't really know what this is, so I'm sorry that I can't explain it, but hopefully you can figure it out. I also don't know what this is. There's all the Japper stuff I don't really understand, so you're gonna have to find that out yourself, sorry. Consistent white outlines I really don't like. Really, I don't like this. Consistent ores looks cool, I like this. Consistent helmets looks nice, beautiful. Cactus bottom fix just fixes some pixels and shading. Pixel consistent bat I think looks a bit weird, to be honest. But pixel consistent ghast and pixel consistent elder guardian and wither I think look really cool, so I use those three. Pixel consistent tripwire, you get the point, it just changes some textures to be a bit nicer. But yeah, and then we also have pixel consistent elder guardian beam. Next we have soul soil campfire fix. Basically at the bottom it still has ash usually, but on this texture pack it changes it to soil, which makes a lot more sense. Blaze rods fix. Basically, it just changes their little legs to be the right colour. It makes a lot more sense if you look at it carefully. Potion effect box fix. Yep, no idea what this is. Nicer fast leaves. It just makes the leaves when you're using fast mode a bit nicer. Proper break particles just changes the particles so that they're not like, I don't know what that is. It literally looks like wood, just normal wood. What it does, it just makes it so that it's its own texture when it breaks. Don't eat the bowl! Basically, when you eat soup and stuff in Minecraft, it has breaking particles, which looks like you're literally eating the bowl. What this does is it just makes it so that those particles are gone with bowl foods, so that you don't have to eat the bowl and you just drink the fluids. Iron bars fix, don't ask me what this is, no clue. Double slab fix, yep, do I know? Nope, I'm dumb. Correct item holding, I do know what this is. Some things when you hold them float because of their silly texturing. This just makes them so that they're properly in your hand. Hoe fix? Don't ask me. I never know. Villager cloak fix? Yep. It just makes it nicer. Not really a fix. But you can see it looks a bit nicer, so I use that. Hopper bottom fix? Just changes the hopper a bit to make it look nicer. Cat Fix, if you see, when this thing says off, it has a bit of glitches by its neck, and other places as well, which aren't supposed to be there, so this just fixes them. I hope you enjoyed this video. This little wall behind me here is probably my favourite pack that I've made with Vanilla Tweaks. I really like this one, and these are my favourite blocks from it. So yeah, as you can see, I have the bookshelf, which is 3D. I also have the circular logs, desaturated dark oak, the pink slime, and the bricks. So usually this wouldn't be a thing, you don't get diorite bricks, but you do get smooth diorite, and that's what changes about it. So it also goes for granite bricks as well, all of it. So I really like this thing, it's really cool. You should go check out Vanilla Tweaks, it's sick! Go check it out! I hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye!